let's get straight into it. Most GTM teams, it's like they're lighting 200K on fire at trade shows and calling it, well, sometimes pipeline. Look, I'm not exaggerating, but he told me the other day his CEO called him out for dropping 200 grand on an event that produced, wait for it, 200 scans and maybe 3 deals so far. 3 deals, dollars, do the math. That's 66 grand-ish per deal. And the team still wanted credit for the brand presence. Give me a freaking break. We got to be honest with ourselves. That play isn't winning right now. Maybe it worked in 18 when budgets were bloated and CAC didn't matter and everybody was chasing vanity impressions like they actually meant something. But today, it feels like it's just burning cash and hiding behind the word strategy. I mean, you know the pattern. We've all done this and seen marketing teams do it. The booth, the swag, a couple of reps standing there like they're bored, or mail kiosks, if you will. Then a post-event report filled with conversations that somehow never turn into revenue. I hate that. It's kind of like pipeline theater. It's not real pipeline. And meanwhile, the board is sitting there looking at the numbers, wondering why your CAC looks like, it's basically underwater. So let me tell you what is working, and it's almost insulting how simple it is. It's 25 execs in a room, not 25,000 zombies wandering an expo floor grabbing tote bags or swag bags. There's one partner, one speaker, maybe one problem. Not 8 breakout tracks, nobody actually remembers. LinkedIn invites from the CEO's profile, not blasting a MailChimp list of strangers who never asked to hear from you. Education first, soft sell second. Look, stop pretending that hard pitch is what gets them in the door. And here's the magic I think some people actually forget. You can do it multiple times a month, different cities, relentless follow-up, not a once-a-year Hail Mary at some convention center in Vegas. I don't know if you need a booth. You need a room. That's all you need. A meal, point of view. You could keep it really simple. Grab one of your customers' offices or borrow a friend's space. Grab some grub. Keep it cheap. Keep it authentic. Keep it human. You don't need a huge team there. One operator, one closer. That's probably it. Not an army of people, not a bunch of signs that cost more than you brought in that month in sales. So here's why this works, I think. When you strip out the theatrics, if you will, you're left with the only thing that actually moves deals. It's conversations with real buyers about real problems. It's just hard sometimes to get that on a trade show. I don't know if a trade show accomplishes that. Can you actually show me an expo floor that creates that level of intent? I maybe can't, because the channel, I don't know if it was actually designed for that. It was probably more designed for visibility, not really like deal velocity. And so sometimes we got to admit that truth. If you can't trace meetings to revenue, to something, I don't know, what would you say here? 30 days, maybe a couple months. I don't know. You're probably doing it wrong. And if that's a hard pill to swallow, I don't know, maybe try both for a quarter. The booth and the dinners. Track the math and come back and be honest with yourself. See which one actually wins. I think I probably already know the answer because I've been on the other side. I've been on both sides of these equations. And there's a time in a season for both, but I think I know the answer. In fact, I think everyone probably in the field knows the answer. But the question is, are you guys actually willing to stop funding these ideas, these activities, and actually start funding results?